Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I am absolutely exhausted right now. It's 3 a.m., which that in itself is not really a big deal. I'm used to getting up at 4 a.m. every day, so I'm an early bird. I'm exhausted because I couldn't sleep last night just due to sheer excitement. About 3 months ago, I ordered a Skyline, or I shouldn't say ordered, I bought a Skyline from Japan and it's finally here. The car actually arrived stateside to the port of Tacoma about a week ago, but I had to go through customs and I'm just now able to pick it up. The way I even came about this Skyline is just really random more than anything. It's like a perfect storm mixed with a little bit of impulse. Back in January of 2022, I was putting money aside to swap my white MR2, and I thought to myself, maybe I should do something with this money. I looked into buying a K vehicle. Specifically, I wanted to get a Honda Active truck. I ended up scrapping that idea because Oregon is super inconsistent with K vehicles, and I was like, it's not worth it to me. The big takeaway from that is that I had the seed planted in my head that maybe I could do something fun with this money until I can get around to swapping the white MR2. Fast forward to March 30th of 2022, Jesus actually sent me some pictures of the Skyline that he got, which I know he was just super stoked on. That same day, my girlfriend and I went out to dinner and I had some drinks. I only mention the drinks part because I tend to overthink things to the point where I stress myself out. After a few drinks, I still will think through the process, but I don't stress myself out to that same point. I'm not as uptight. After getting home from our dinner date, we're just decompressing. You know, we have work the next day. So I was like, you know, maybe I can just do a little bit of window shopping for a car. I didn't think I was gonna buy anything. And I was watching some videos. Specifically, I was watching videos from the people over at Exporting All Things JDM. And in the background of one of the videos, I saw the Skyline that I bought. And I remember on their Facebook group that it had been for sale. No one really wanted it. When it comes to Skylines, four-door automatics are not desirable. When I saw the car in that video, I thought, how cool would it be if my brother and I had matching Skylines and could go cruise together? I didn't really think of anything else. Like, I didn't even take into account that Isuzu's car is actually a desirable Skyline because his is a two-door turbo car. It actually looks really, really cool versus this one. It's a, you know, a four-door automatic and it's an R33, R32. So like, yeah, they're complete opposite ends of the spectrum. I ended up messaging the seller. We sent a few messages back and forth and I ended up buying it. So it really was an impulse purchase, but that's okay. It's gonna be something that I can have fun with for the next few months. And then I do plan on probably selling it at the end of this year, but that's okay. In the meantime, my brother and I are gonna be able to cruise together, which is one of the main reasons why I bought this car. Now that you guys know the backstory, all that's left to do is go pick up the car. I already got my truck all set up, loaded up with tools just in case I need them. I got a trailer, all my paperwork's in order, so I just have to cannonball about 4 hours north to Tacoma, pick up the vehicle. I don't think I'm gonna necessarily film much of that process. I'll film what I can, but the thing is, I'm actually not even going into the port. My vehicle was sent to East Blair 1. If you're importing a vehicle to Tacoma, that's where the vast majority of the vehicles go to. They go to the East Blair 1 terminal. At that terminal, what you end up doing is you just talk to the longshoreman, you give them your pickup order number, and then they actually go fetch your car and bring it out. So yeah, there's just not really much to film of that process, but I will film what I can. And with that, we're just gonna head on up. For you guys, it'll probably be like 10, 20 seconds, but for me, it's gonna be about 4 hours. We are at the port of Tacoma. It was actually, I mean, it was about a 4-hour drive, but it went by relatively quick. There's not any hiccups. Right now, I'm actually waiting to talk to the customer service. What they told me is once I'm here at the terminal, I have to call them to get a pickup order number. Then from there, I go to the longshoreman. The big thing is customer service isn't picking up right now, so I left a voicemail and I'll call back. I guess until then, I just wait. We'll pick this up probably once I get the car again. They seem to be pretty like, there's no sign saying no filming, but I'm going to assume that the workers don't want to be filmed, which I totally respect. Yeah, once I get the car picked up, or like once they come out and bring it to me, we'll pick this back up. I am a little disappointed. So first off, let me say that at the port, it was actually super easy. I literally went there, got the pickup order or the pickup delivery number. With that number, I went to the longshoreman. They brought my car out. I didn't end up filming much because, well, I didn't want to film the employees there. Like, I just didn't want to put them in that comfortable position. Secondly, I had a guy freak out on me saying I was trying to steal shit from his trailer. I was like, what? I'm here for this. I'm here for this thing. Like, this is why I'm here. I wasn't even touching his trailer. Anyways, that's just why I didn't really film much. I'm just gonna cannonball back home and then I'll kind of show you guys the car. I'll be honest with you guys, I did get deceived. I knew there was gonna be things like the clear coat was gonna be fading. It's gonna have dings. It's an older car. Like, I knew that, but there's some significant rust that was not disclosed with the information that I was given. So got had, but that's okay. I do think that there is a solution. Rally car. Anyways, I'm going to drive back home and then I'll give you guys a better breakdown of this thing because I think the end game or the new idea for this is gonna be pretty sweet. What's up, guys? I just made it back home. The car made it in one piece. The truck though, ooh, that's kind of a tough one. Literally as I pulled in, it started spewing out coolant. And yeah, that's definitely not a good sign. At least the temperature gauge said it wasn't overheating. So yeah, I gotta figure that situation out. I probably won't record that. I mean, I don't know, I'll fix that though. Onto the Skyline. We'll start off with just a quick walk around of the car. So it's a 94 GTS-4. Obviously it's a 4-door. It has an RB25, which is pretty sick. The car got plenty of attention. On the way over here, pretty much anytime I stopped, someone came up and talked to me about it. I almost caused a few accidents on the roadway because people were like recording the car as they flew by. We are gonna go inside the car now, and this is where things were surprising. It's actually pretty clean inside. Like if you look at the dash, not even the dash is lifted up, which is super common on pretty much any old car. This stuff is weird though. I don't know what any of this is. The only thing I could theorize is potentially this was like a taxi or something. I mean, the car is pretty high mileage. There's also these remotes that go with it, and what kind of shocked me is that these are even still here. It's really common that things get stolen at the port. I have no idea what this means. Power, snow, automatic. There's the e-brake. So yeah, I gotta figure this stuff out. Oh, this is pretty clean. Oh, it even has the flare. That's sweet. These never have the flares. I might actually give this to a Seuss. We'll see. If we come to the back, it's more of the same. The interior is pretty clean. Everything is spot on. As I mentioned, it is super high mileage at 300K. I kind of wanted more of a, I don't want to say necessarily a beater, but something that was well used and I wouldn't be afraid of driving. These are genuine Skyline floor mats. It kind of sucks that it has a hole. And oh, the floor is actually pretty clean under there, which is always a plus. When I saw the pictures, I saw this and I assumed there was a hole in the carpet, but no, that's clean. Sweet. We'll go ahead and pop the trunk, or pop the hood actually. Here we are in the engine bay. Everything looks, well, relatively stock. I do know that it's leaking a little bit of oil and stuff like that, but I'm honestly not very concerned about that. The big thing is everything looks like it should be, and I'd much rather have a engine that has not been modified than one that's been modified, because I don't want to be stuck cleaning someone else's stuff. Overall, it's pretty solid so far, but this is where things take like a little bit of a twist. And I'll be honest, I purposely talked about the good things first because I wanted to focus on that, but I also want to be honest. And this next part, I was a little disappointed in. If we come down to the rocker panels, this car has some rust that was horribly repaired. If you come to the wheel arches, no, it's not this side. We will come to the driver's side. You can see same thing. Wheel arches have rust. I'll be honest, I'm not surprised about that, but that just wasn't disclosed to me. And Jesus is popping up, so he can come check this thing out with me. Here's more of the back end, pretty cruddy. But if we come actually under the car, not that bad, surprisingly. I've seen way worse, but no, this looks pretty okay. First thoughts, Jesus?
That's all rust, or that is painted horribly?
This is rust that has been horribly repaired. The strut towers, as Jesus pointed out, are rusted out. So on both sides, there is little rust holes on the strut towers.
I wasn't expecting that.
No, I wasn't expecting that either. I did ask the seller, hey, is there any notable rust? And the only thing they sent me was actually video of the undercarriage. The chassis itself is pretty rough, but because it's so rough, maybe what I was telling Jesus is that we could rally cross it. We didn't use his WRX for rally cross because it's his daily. The chassis is already crap. This would be the car.
This would make a really great parts car.
I would be open to parting it out.
If I could sell the red one for a fair amount and this one still runs.
That's actually a very good point. Rolling chassis still sell for a lot of money. So when I bought this is actually like, it's funny, my words are coming back to bite me. When I was getting some of the information from the seller, I'd actually said like, you know, for the price point, like I thought I would get a complete beater, like a complete turd. Like this is nicer than I expected. Yeah, my words are they're coming back to haunt me. Look at the interior, man.
It's really nice. What I will say though is feel free to sell it. I don't think I want it anymore.
I don't blame you one bit. I didn't think you would want it. Yeah, because I know that I'd offered you the car. I do not blame you if you do not want this.
Like if it were just crappy paint, sure, who could really care less about that? It'd be a good 20-30 footer. But that, I'm like, oh God.
Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
If we took this to a rallycross and jumped it, you think the strut towers would break?
Completely.
You want to do it?
You could be the one that drives it. I'll be there for moral support.
The interior does seem to be pretty clean overall, which is why maybe someone would want to buy the car for the interior, honestly, because like those parts are hard to find. And there's probably, oh, look at the dash, by the way. I know that people they glued some stuff on there, but if we can get that off cleanly, the dash isn't even lifting.
Is the seats comfortable?
Yeah, you want to hop in it?
Yeah, because I might co-op these seats and take them for myself.
I would be willing to give them to you, actually.
Only because they actually fit just fine in there, and those seats suck. Oh, this is so much more comfortable. Like this actually has padding Not much more, but it has padding.
Here's my theory on the car right now. I believe I bought a taxi cab or something like that. Do you see all these attachments? Do you see this? It has 300,000+ K. Oh, check this out.
The flare's still in?
The flare's still in.
That is really cool. So the crazy part to me is the fact that this thing was still actually on the road, because from my understanding, the way Japan does their like registration is really intensive. So to keep something like this on the road, it's really expensive.
Well, that crossed my mind too, because when I was going through the paperwork I was given, I got registration documentation, and the most recent one I got, I think, was like 290,000 K, and it was within the last year and a half. So this thing got drifted. What is that?
I don't know. I found it in the glove box. Do not expose this to direct light.
What is this? Test mute?
Maybe it's for the...
Oh, for the speakers. The stereo system.
See, in theory, all of this is super cool and exciting, but then I see those strut towers and I'm like, God.
So if we really wanted to, we could buy strut towers, cut the old ones out and weld the new ones in. They sell them because it's so common. I don't want to. I don't think this chassis is worth it. I think the funner thing is to go cruising around and then like rally cross it and beat the snot out of it, and then we can part it out or sell it.
So pretty much happen to like January-ish.
I'm thinking September, October. I'm looking at buying a house actually at the end of this year, sooner than I thought. Yeah, it'll be a few months of fun and we can thrash it around, beat up on it, but it's freaking, oh yeah, you're noticing that too.
Yeah, that's actually really cool.
It's, I don't know, I don't know what that exactly means. Maybe power, it sends it all to the back wheels, and this one's snow, so 4-wheel drive. I don't know how that works. Oh, here, hey, pop the trunk. I haven't shown them that yet. One of the things I noticed is that it doesn't have the ECU for the Hikis, so it has no rear steer, which is really odd because I just assumed all Skylines have it. Wait, am I wrong? Why the hell does...
I think it's over there.
I am wrong. I guess it's right here. No, wait, that's an amplifier. No, wait, but then that's power steering. The car that Asus had, his R33, you had the Hikis ECU right there, didn't you?
I believe so, but to be fair, I don't know if that was factory from car or like that from factory. So someone could have just thrown it back there.
How's it under there? Is it rusted?
Oh, horrible.
Oh, so water's leaking in, but that's not a big deal. That's pretty much every freaking car ever. Surprisingly little rust, actually. Like, this is insane.
Not bad.
Quickly off camera, we got the Skyline loaded off the trailer. Let's start her up, because when he starts it up, it makes a noise, or it says something in Japanese.
Oh, what is this?
I don't know what that says. I think that's actually really cool.
I think I might know what that's for. So in Japan, they have these they're like little cards that you can use for trains and stuff. And I think that might be for a payment system.
So it kind of confirms my thought, which was this was like a taxi cab over in Japan.
I think so. I think, I'm not 100% sure.
You know what? I think you might be right about it being a card reader, because a card would fit perfectly right there. Does it fit in there? It does. It was like, so this was some type of card reader.
Yeah.
Of some sort.
Did you see what this says at all? The multi-display monitor?
No, let me come around.
Multi-display? This car's unit is... So...
Wait, WTM, battery volts, ignition, 20 degrees of timing, battery, air fuel monitor.
0.23 volts. RPM.
Hey, turn the car on. Is it gonna turn on?
No, it's dead now.
Oh, it's dead?
Yeah, it's dead.
Okay, we gotta jump this again. 1 second. We got the jump box on. Let's give her a start. She starts right up now. RPM, give it some gas. Oh, it goes right up. But what is it for?
So I'm just about 2 grand. That's just about at 2 grand also.
All right, guys, I take this as an absolute victory. This car has working AC. That is insane. The AC blows ice cold. It's freaking scorching hot today, and there's AC. Working AC, man. Look at us, he's sweating bullets. So am I. We're gonna have to Google this to figure all this stuff out, because we have no idea what we're looking at.
Like I told Daniel, I'm sure this car has a lot of stories. I'm genuinely curious because it has a lot of mileages. It was on the road until recently. It's just fascinating.
Yeah, that's it for today. I do want to dig into this more, see what else is wrong with it and what other little weird quirky things it has. Probably the coolest thing, at least for me, is that I'm gonna have this car to cruise around in for the next month or two, and then you'll have your Skyline, and then like we can go to car meets together and stuff like that.
That'll be cool.
Just looking at the big picture, we're still gonna have a lot of fun with it. We'll see you guys in the next one, and thank you for watching.